Like, this is science. Everything's got its own frequency. We know that energy is neither created or destroyed, it's merely transferred or transformed. When we speak in energy. I don't even think people pay attention half the time in conversation when I say, I feel you, I feel you, I feel you.
You said I read your mind the other day, but baby, we are just connected deeply in another way. That telepathy connection, energy that's manifested through that melanin, electric currents traveling kinetic. What you thinking? But my mama calling me coincidence, no higher common sense, or call it ESP. We are magic while this world's unraveling. 5G cannot limit our ability to traveling. See, I'm on another level, dirty digging. Homie, get the shovel. I'm a rebel in this motherfucker, dancing with these demons. Got them screaming. This world is planting fear inside us. Clearly, I'm just over all the brainwashing. Time to wash your brain of all the pain, of all the stress, all the lies you told yourself. Open your eyes and realize you're a diamond in the rock. Don't let them tell you what you're not. It's time to show the world all this magic that we got with telepathy.
So hear me clearly. For me, language is liberation. The words that we have, they define and describe the very things that free our mind, but only when we choose with intention and pay attention to the frequency of the words that we use to construct our realities. Who do you say that you are? I am. I am. Those two words alone are the very beginning to a powerful sequence of awakening yourself to who and all that you are, have been and will be. We talk in frequency.
Clouded visions, poison minds, can't see clear enough. The world full of interference, so God ain't hearing us. My spouse miles away, can't even take a walk in public. Coronavirus got us locked away like lab subjects. Close your eyes and you can feel the pain, we all connected. Empath, so I sense when every soul's ejected. A mystic, magical, way beyond simplistic. 5G blocking my chi, keeping our signals twisted. Communicate with my mind, mental telepathy. Into nature, so we speak on different frequencies. My third I watch, the other two never truly see. The world is an illusion shrouded in secrecy. A king by birthright, a god at first sight. Divine shine bright, blind the wicked at first light. Open your heart chakra and let these words shock you. We telepathic, use your magic like a witch doctor.
Or ancient Egyptian words of power that speaks to the soul. I command your soul to listen. Nukta un mesura aritun ak em ta temau. Nukta un mesura aritun ak em ta temau. Nukta un mesura aritun ak em ta temau. The chaz un mesura aritun ak im ta tema.
Greetings, peace, and power. Thank you for tuning in to another episode of Revolt Discussion. I am Knowledge Born 7. I am here. Chi-Town Akil. I'm here with Chi-Town Akil, and also Shelly Amaset from Some Guided Sense. A special shout out to knowledgebornallah, and also if you want to check out my brand, check out Aesthetics Apparel on Instagram as well as Facebook, and also check out Some Guided Sense as well, and KNS Apparel. The topic tonight is colorism. You know, it is a much needed topic. A topic that that Camera brought to my attention on some things as far as in our community, and this topic is very important because it holds a lot of discrimination, and it also holds a lot of blind spots to us as a people, how we accept each other, kind of sort of like the Willie Lynch letter. You know what I'm saying? The separation and the confusion, knowing that we need to be accepted by our oppressor at all times. Kinwado, give me your thoughts on that, my brother.
It's dumb. So, we did a little research on it, a couple of weeks ago. And colorism had started back during the slavery times, you know what I mean? Where, the light-skinned brothers and sisters, was treated better than the darker-skinned brothers and sisters, The light-skinned brothers and sisters was able to work in the house, you know what I mean? And, the dark-skinned brothers and sisters was in the field. So, after slavery, it continued on within ourselves. The light-skinned brothers and sisters was discriminating against the darker brothers and sisters. And so actually they were called the blue veins. They started social clubs, you know what I mean? And if you didn't pass like the brown paper bag test, you couldn't get in the clubs. And the the blue vein test, you couldn't get in certain clubs,
Explain what the blue vein test is, babe.
Okay.
So people know. The
blue vein test. If you can't see your veins going through your arms or whatever, any part of your body, you're going to pass the blue vein test. You're too dark.
If your skin is not light enough to where you can see the blue veins running through your, running down your arm or wherever, then you weren't light enough to participate in any of those, clubs, the speakeasies, the juke joints or whatever, And then they did the same thing with like
so
actresses and actors and actresses. Like when they were picking people for like those chitlin circuits and all of the other little stuff that they were doing, they was running those tests. Oh, if you don't pass the brown paper bag test, you can't dance on the stage, or you can't sing, or you can't perform at all. You could. It was hard for you to be an entertainer if you weren't light enough.
And then so it continued on after that, like I think they say like in the 50s, like in colleges, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. The light-skinned brothers and sisters didn't mingle with the darker brothers and sisters. In fact, they thought they was better than the dark-skinned brothers and sisters, you know what I mean? And really it continues on today, you know what I mean? Because I remember back in the 80s, like if you was light-skinned, you was it. Everybody wanted light skin.
Even the movie School Days.
Yeah.
You remember the Jiggaboos and the Wannabes?
Uh-huh.
From School Days, they separated themselves from each other because the Wannabes thought they was better than the Jiggaboos, and the Jiggaboos didn't like them because they thought that they was better than them or whatever. And that's what they was calling each other. You know what I'm saying? And and then also family members. You had grandmothers and mothers belittling their own children and grandchildren because they weren't light enough. Get out that sun, girl, before you get too black. Come on, stay in that sun too long, you're going to get black.
That's crazy because, now you have the white people, the Europeans, then mess with the light-skinned people, discriminated against the light-skinned brothers and sisters, and the light-skinned brothers and sisters discriminated against the dark-skinned brothers and sisters.
Mm-hmm. The house niggas and the field niggas.
So that's where it stemmed from, and it's just
the house niggas and the field niggas. Because the house niggas were lighter complected, and they were able to do the more, they felt like if you were in the house, those were better jobs. If you were able to, or if you chauffeured the master around, and you didn't have to really work in the fields or whatever. The darker complected people worked in the fields, and the lighter complected people did the easier jobs. And not to mention the fact that the lighter complected children or people were probably the master's children anyway. So they got treated a little better just because of that, but they still treated them bad. They were all slaves.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Just because you light-skinned didn't make you free. You was just a light-skinned slave. You know what I'm saying? And you had to you were able to, you were privy to easier jobs, but you still got treated like the rest of the slaves, you know? So you really weren't better. You just had a different job than them. That's all.
Why I had a different job. It's amazing that even back then, all the way up to now, we're dealing with rejection, betrayal, abandonment, and justice. which forms a lot of trauma. And trauma is the main thing that us as a people need to deal with, especially in our community and our society. And it did not shock me. I for one had never heard of the brown paper bag thing, but I do know about colorism because I read many books, and it speaks about separating the light skin from the dark skin, and keeping the dark skin in the field. But us as a people, we need to get away from that. So you guys tell me this. So right now in society, what do you think the level of colorism is now? What do you think that is now?
It's worse.
I think it's still going on because we got skin bleaching, man.
People bleaching their skin. And it's like they still carry on like they on the plantation.
Hey man,
they were always in competition. We were always in competition, put against each other and in competition with each other on the plantation. They still carrying on like that. The females are still competing against each other. They bleaching their skin. They wearing the weave down their butt like a white, thinking that they white or whatever. The straight long hair, and it's just it's sad because it's still going on, and it's almost in most cases it's so conditioned to believe that lighter skin is better or that you look better or whatever the case may be, and it's a lot of people out here fighting for that. They killing themselves to be that,
right. And Africa is the number one place for selling products for bleaching your skin, lighten your tone. And it just goes to say that a lot of us, some of us don't want to admit, but we have to admit that that we are a conquered people, and as well as us being a conquered people, we have to think about our oppressor, about them being another color, and a lot of people believe that since we're so oppressed and we never have anything or do anything, that particular skin tone is better. A lot of separatism and everything, and us as a people, we need to deal with that, and we need to know that it doesn't matter about the skin tone, that what color we are, we can do anything and everything. That's according to your energy, your vibration, and your frequency.
I say, indeed.
But a lot of trauma, discrimination, probably going on in the workforce, on the jobs.
Absolutely.
This topic is very touchy. I do believe that we're dealing with that in today's society. Go ahead, Ken.
No, I was saying I was agreeing with you, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
right. Brother Knowledge, if you go, it's a lot of movies like the Cotton Club. I don't know if you remember the Cotton Club with Gregory Hines. Mm-hmm. And then you got like the movie about Bessie Smith where Queen Latifah plays Bessie Smith. They go into detail in those movies about how people were treated. Like when the women were going to audition to be in a show or to do Broadway or whatever the case may be, or to do the Chitlin circuit, they gave them that brown paper bag test. If you watch the Bessie Smith movie, you'll see it. Yeah. You'll see it. The Bessie, because you said you never really heard of it, but if you watch the Bessie Smith, and then I think they did it in a bunch of the movies where it's like, biographies of things of recording artists or musicians, jazz artists or whatever. They did a lot of that back then, and when they redid the movie, they actually show you that in the movie that they were treating black people like black people were treating black people like that. So when a black person comes to audition, they're auditioning in front of black people. So it's the black people that's bestowing all of this hatred upon them. You know what I'm saying?
Right. And that's crazy because we have been taught to hate ourselves, and we have been taught to deal with each other in a very unnatural way. There is no way, shape, form, or fashion us being in a particular ethnic group that we should be separated by light and dark. We definitely need to come together because we are strong together and not separate.
Right.
You know, but yeah, I mean, you know, I thank everybody out there for those who treat each other with self-love. I thank everybody out there who posts, you know, good affirmation, positive affirmations, and not just that. Those who try to spread a certain amount of love amongst us. You know what I'm saying? Especially those messages as far as us being positive and being and being and achieving different things that people say we cannot achieve. But I will say this though. This is something that has messed us up as a people. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes when you do that, that's negative energy, and it kills your vibration. It kills that frequency for that particular day. You know, you want to vibrate on a higher frequency every day. Vibrating on a higher frequency means everything, not only to you, but the people around you, because you get a lot of people around that's vibrating on a higher frequency. The connection is better, and not just the connection is better. You get a sense of definitely self-love as far as your brother and sister, your comrade, your sister, sisterhood, brotherhood. You know, you be around. That's why me myself, I try to be around people that are like-minded like me. Even though I may be around some people who are not, you know how we be in the public or be in the conscious community and stuff like that. You know, you're gonna have some who are not like-minded like you, then you're gonna have some that are, you know, but at the same time, I hold to my vibration, I hold to my frequency. And when I do that, I feel better and I feel good, even though you still have to deal with the issues, you know what I'm saying, of society and things of that nature. But yeah, it was funny when I first heard it. I said, brown paper bag. I said, what is that?
Yeah, because you had called me.
Yeah, I called Kid Water. I'm like, what the world is you talking? I ain't never heard that. But I knew about separatism, you know, the light skin versus the dark skin, separate, you know, by reading the Willie Lynch letter. And not just that, I knew that light skinned people were more accepted in society than dark skinned people because of our oppressor. You know what I'm saying? Because our oppressor is a very light skinned person, and that's what they show in the media. That's what they show on TV. That's what they show in the videos. You know, a lot of people don't know this in hip hop. You know, the video girls was the light skinned girl.
Yeah.
Even on the little show Soul Train, they always put that light skinned sister.
That light skinned girl. And when they couldn't get the light skinned girl, they put that Chinese girl on the
Chinese girl out there with all
the Chinese girl got to go down the Soul Train line every week, didn't she?
Every week. That Chinese girl and that dang on Puerto Rican boy, whatever she was.
Puerto Rican.
Oh yeah, Rosie Perez.
Rosie Perez, right.
But I knew it was a lot of separatism, but I also knew this, that in some slave houses or when we were captured as slaves, they did keep the dark sisters for healing. I did learn that by reading books. They kept the dark sister for healing because of the melanin. But that's the misconception of melanin, because melanin is it's not dealing with how dark and light your skin is. That's because the European did not understand our science. You know, the melanin is dealing with the pineal gland, and pretty much how calcified your pineal gland is, or how much energy you have going through the pineal gland, as well as the black gland, which is under the pineal gland.
And so as well as the sunlight that you exposing yourself to, like, that's why it's important for us to sun gaze, because the sun rejuvenates our melanin, and it feeds our melanin. It makes it stronger.
It gives you a very potent vitamin D. Sun gazing, some people call it sunbathing.
Yeah, exactly. Well, white people call it sunbathing because they be trying to get a tan. But but sun gazing is where you looking into the sun and the sun is actually illuminating you.
Right.
You're looking at the sun and the sun is shining down on you, and it's illuminating you. And I remember, and you know, it's like so many misconceptions about that, because I remember when I was growing up, don't look at the sun, you'll get blinded. Don't stare at the sun too long, you'll get blinded. And then when I started, you know, when I came into the knowledge and became more knowledgeable and informed about who we are as a whole, I was like, that was the stupidest thing somebody could ever say, you know, because nothing on this planet can live without the sun.
That's right. Nothing cannot live without the sun. And we also have to understand, us as a people, we are friends with nature, and our oppressor is at war with nature. And that is very key, because one of the people of the so-called higher elites, one of their plans is to block out the sun. Anytime a person has that type of energy, that type of vibration, that type of mental capacity to put it out in the ether, that you're going to block out the sun, you are at war with nature. And those who are with war with nature, sooner or later, death will be coming up on you.
Right. Exactly. Block out the sun. They need to block out the sun because the sun don't like them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They can't sit in the sun longer than an hour without peeling, blistering, bleeding, or whatever. And if you notice, they are more subject to vitamin D deficient diseases like
osteoporosis.
Exactly. Yeah, when they walk and they got that hump in their back,
vitamin D deficient.
It's a lack of vitamin D. It's a lack of sunlight. You don't see black people with that. When they get 80 and 90 years old, they still walk upright and straight. Sometimes they get a little shorter, but they don't have, they're not walking over like that because they have the melanin that's protecting them from that. And we have melanin that protects us from diseases like that.
Yeah, that's another thing too. Melanin also heals the body, and that's the charging of the pineal gland dealing with the sun. And I tell people all the time, the star in the sky belongs to us, the melanated man, woman, boy, and girl. When the star in the sky belongs to you, that does not say that you are cursed people. That says that you are blessed people. I'm gonna say that again. When the star in the sky belongs to you, it says you are a blessed group of people and individuals. And that's the power. That's the power that
we need to know. That's something that we really need to know, man.
Yeah.
Because if all of us really knew that, you know what I mean, we wouldn't be acting the way we do. We picked up their ways. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's not us. What's going on? That's not us.
And it's really such a bad disability to have, to put that in your mind and in your mindset, and really let that thing reach your lower chakras, the red and the yellow lower chakras, and it cripples you. It cripples you as a person when you're a powerful person, and you have that form of you'll have that form of discrimination against your own people. But on here on Revolt Discussion, we take on many discussions that a lot of people don't want to talk about, and it's just a shame that it is what it is. But we have to put this information out there. Shelly dropped some movies. You know what I'm saying? And it's in a lot of pictures and things like that. So definitely got to stay focused and learn how to treat each other with self-love and not with self-hate, and definitely have those powerful affirmations every day. Because the same thing that can happen to a light skin is the same thing that can happen to a dark skin.
Absolutely.
And your melanin is not determined on your skin tone. It's determined on your pineal gland, and whether how calcified your pineal gland is.
And the calcification comes from lack of sunlight, lack of vitamin D. You know what I'm saying? That's what it comes from. Lack of vitamin D, and that's why they when the pineal gland is calcified, that's where the lack of empathy, the lack of compassion, barbaric, because the Caucasoid is barbaric.
Right.
That's
you know what I'm saying? It's barbaric. They have those mannerisms, and they have those characteristics because they have no pineal gland.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's why they act like that. We have ours, so that's where we get all of those good qualities, good characteristics, with our people. We weren't mean to each other before they came and, took us. We weren't mean to each other. We were loving on each other, and we lived among each other. Different tribes, we lived among each other. We congregated together. We ate together. We hunted together. The women went and got water together. You know what I'm saying? Went to the stream and watched the clothes together. You know, we didn't carry on like that prior, you know, prior to slavery. We didn't carry on like that, like what you see right now. And it's also you know, barbarism also is from a lot of the stuff we eating too. We eat meat that's got blood, you know, that blood, you know what I'm saying? Like
the spirit is in the blood.
You know, more docile animals are vegetarians, like cows, horses. You know, you're not gonna get attacked by no doggone cow. You know what I'm saying? Lions, tigers, they eat meat. They blood. They smell it, they eat it, and you know what I'm saying? They're barbaric. So it's like the same thing with the Caucasoid, you know?
Right. I'm gonna give a book, The Iceman's Heritage, if you want to know the savagery of the oppressor. Another old book is called My Irrelevant Descent. If you want to know why they ran some of these people out of these different countries, because of their habit of eating each other and eating kids, and they believe in drinking the blood of their enemy. That's what some Jews believe. So those are two books on over here on Revolt Discussion. Me and Kenwodo Akil, we always drop books because what's
the name of the books again, please?
The books, The Iceman Heritage, as well as My Irrelevant Descent. We believe in dropping resource material. That's one thing us as a people have stopped doing is reading books and engaging in their mental ability to let the words on the paper speak to you and build that strong character and that bond between you and yourself, and it's feeding your eating, and you're getting the information and things of that nature. And once you read books and you don't have a YouTube degree, I always talk about these brothers.
Yeah, don't go to YouTube University.
Yeah, YouTube University.
Don't go to YouTube University because they're not always telling you you must go to your local Black-owned bookstore and pick up the knowledge and read it. You know what I'm saying? Or go, you know, if you like ebooks or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Right. The key is, you know, reading is what? Fundamental. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And it's like we have to keep ourselves informed. We have to keep our mind, you know, fresh to new knowledge, to old knowledge, whatever. We have to, you know, knowledge is infinite, and it's so much we need to know out here, so much we need to learn, and we so far behind the 8 ball when it comes to us, you know, knowing all the things that we should know about just about knowing who we are in general, who we are, how powerful we are, you know, our 9 ether energy that resides in us. You know what I'm saying? That makes us powerful. You know, the 666, the protons, the neutrons, and electrons. You know, all of that stuff. The average Black person, the average African person, don't even know it.
Right. Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? And that's very important information that we should know about ourselves, because that's who we are.
And this is very important to do for self, know thyself, and to think for self, and know that you are 6 protons, 6 neutrons, 6 electrons. And we're not going to forget about the solitons as well. That's dealing with the melanin. And also that we are a powerful force in a very spiritual dynamic. You know, once we put ourselves in that particular realm, dealing with positivity, and not just that, us being unified together with our people. That's why they teach so much separation, because in the beginning we were unified together, and it was like such a cosmic energy. You know, before they they built the Hubble telescope, you know, to see the things out into space and in particular galaxies. But we already knew those things. We already wrote those things. We wrote them on the caves. We wrote them. We wrote them. We wrote them, you know what I'm saying? What we wrote everywhere, you know, on the walls. We painted. You know, we were very artistic with our knowledge as far as our ability. And we definitely knew that it was important for us as a people to leave the information so the next generation can know where he or she came from.
Yep, that's why they did that. That's why they left that information there. That's why they put all of that stuff on the, there's nothing new under the sun. You know what I'm saying? There are airplanes and computers on the walls of the pyramids,
Right.
and they were, that stuff that they are. I mean, they were doing cesareans, open heart surgery, brain surgery, all of that back then. They was already doing all of that. Nothing that they doing now is new. They were already doing it. You know what I'm saying? Life is just a journey of learning to remember what you already know.
Right. On top of that, they know how powerful we are.
Yeah, they do.
Don't know how powerful we are. Why you think they steal our organs and all this type of stuff? You know what I mean?
Right.
Why you think they steal everything that we invent? You know what I mean?
Manipulate the food.
What would these people do without us? You know what I mean?
Right.
They talk about us, but they don't want us to leave.
No, they don't.
You know what I mean?
And that's why they got us so separated, for us, the topic tonight, colorism, and us being separated as a people and not having enough self-love in the community where we always hate each other. And we're a mighty and a powerful people. And we always learn from nature. I'm going to take, for example, in Kemet, Tahuti, which is Jehuti thought. And the ibis bird, one of the things is the ibis bird. And what I learned from that was the first enema dealing with the ibis bird, because the ibis bird will suck the water up, turn his neck all the way around, shoot it in him, and then the worms and stuff will come out of him, and then the ibis bird will fly away. That's because we're students of nature. That's what we learned the enema for, and the enema from, But in everything we do, as far as in the past, it was for the building, the manifestation, and not just that, for us, keeping us edified and learning, and we were powerful. Everything we did in the past was for us for the future, but we are behind in technology. That's another topic, another day. But right now, we're gonna deal with the colorism.
Right. That's the thing when you have discussions like this. So many other topics come up that need to be discussed. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, the us being behind in technology is definitely a topic that needs to be discussed.
Yes. And while they worried about colorism, we need to be worried about us dealing with our telekinesis, the psychokinesis, and dealing with the mind, because the all is mind and the mind is mental, and we need to deal with the mind. And the first law of Jehuti, dealing with the laws of nature, is the mind. You know what I'm saying? Mentalism. We deal with the mentalism, and we really get some knowledge of self, and we start doing for self and start thinking for self, then we will not have these problems in our community and in society about us being separate, the light skin versus the dark skin, which is kind of crazy. But we have to think about who is the picture that we see all the time, and that's our oppressor. And they put these particular images out there because that was their color. The light skin, the European. If it wasn't European, then it wasn't good.
And then and it's crazy because they programming our kids to think that if they dark skinned, you know what I mean, that they're, you know what I'm saying, what's the word I want to use? They feel like they're not better than light skinned child. And then on top of that, it goes even deeper. The light skinned children, they'll call them out, you darky, you African booty scratcher, degrading words, you know what I mean?
Right.
So,
I remember that growing up, and it's crazy because I was talking to shout out to Shishi Coco. She and I were speaking about it, and she was talking about how all of the dark skinned girls used to want to fight her, because they thought she was better. And she's, shout out to Shishi Coco. She, her mother's Italian, her father's black. So she's very light complected, and she has a really nice gray, her hair is really pretty and curly. It's curly. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's curly like black people. Black people hair is curly. You know what I'm saying? Right. So, she just has a different texture of curl. But she said she used to have to fight every day because the girls didn't like her because of her skin tone. And I was talking to her about the same thing because I guess back then I passed the brown paper bag test because nobody ever said anything about my skin color. Nobody ever teased me at all. I said I never went through that, but I used to see other people go through that. Like the darker complected females, they would get dogged out by the boys and the girls.
Wow.
You know, and then the light skinned girls they always had to fight some dark skinned girl because the dark skinned girl was jealous of her. You know, it was just ridiculous. I remember that all through school, from elementary till I graduated.
Wow. So another good book called "Don't Play in the Sun," dealing with colorism. It's another one too. The Skin That I'm In. That's another good book. I got that one.
I got that one. As a matter of fact, I haven't read it yet. Those are one of the books that Baba Baruti gave us.
Okay.
We went to Baba Baruti's house one day and they were purging some of the books that they had. They were trying to get rid of some of the books they had.
Right.
They gave us a whole lot of books. So that's one of the books. We got it. We got that book. We're gonna read that.
Okay, cool. You know, I can take this many different ways, but I'm gonna still stay focused on a topic that I've been focused on for probably about a few months now, maybe a little longer, you know, dealing with the melanin, you know, and we need to know the power that we have with the melanin of eating clean and eating from Mother Earth and being in position to grow our own food, not just grow our own food, but being in position to be linked and like-minded with people as you are. You know, it's very important and it's real. You know, we have a certain energy that we have when we are together. Everything is very cosmic, and I use that word a lot because I know that we are stardust. You know, we have crystals in us. You know what I'm saying? You
dark
know,
matter and stardust. Both of them.
Dark matter and stardust. You know, even when your blood dries, it crystals. It's crystalline. You know, there are many things that we possess inside and out, and it still has to deal with us having more knowledge of self. We need to just, you know, be on that, you know, put that thing in our head and really stick to it. We need more knowledge of self, and we need to start doing more for self. Self-love is a very beautiful thing, even though we live in a society where one of the 5 forms of government is anarchy. And by being anarchy, the oppressor wanted to be chaotic, and they want to put us in the media and deem us to be crazy, deem us to be ignorant and dirty. But yet and still, they want our organs. Right. Yet and still, they want our culture. Yet and still, they want our art. All of these famous artists, they got their art style from West African art. Google it. You can look it up. It's public information. And a lot of these people get paid homage and gave reverence to Kemet and also to ancient Egypt and certain ancient technologies as well. Tesla was one of them who gave honor and reverence to ancient Kemet. He used to have some of the Kemetic statues in his office. You know, so all these people who claim to have thought of things, they got it from the source. We are the source, the black-hatted beings. We've been here forever. You know, millions of years. This earth is not a new planet. It's a very old planet, And by it being an old planet, we were the first to be here. I'm not saying that because that's my skin color. I'm saying that because the sun in the sky belongs to us. And if you over there in Africa, it's hot. Even in northern Africa, the Arabs, they have umbrellas because the sun is hot. They let you know that they are not. They let you know that they are not privy to that area. That is not the area.
It's not.
We were in the sun. We're still in the sun. The ancient Ka.
We are people of the sun. We come from the sun. Our ancestors worked in that sun all day long building them doggone pyramids. They worked in that sun all day.
Somebody had a question in the chat room.
Go ahead.
Who is this? Shadow Crow. She said, "What crystals activate our sun dust?"
Well, I was taught the crystals to activate the stardust or the sun dust was
It's the stardust.
Stardust.
Stardust was the quartz. That's one. And
The
what
quartz?
I did, quartz,
Uh-huh.
Yeah, the
quartz
quartz,
crystal. Another one is amethyst.
Amethyst do everything.
A very powerful crystal that you can have. And also I go according to my numerology and what falls under my numerology. And you can do a regular numerology, but you learning the numbers that are pertaining to you will help you find the crystals that will definitely illumine you as far as illumination, and that will work for you. You know, certain crystals
the moonstone
work.
too.
Say it again.
The moonstone. Moonstone and sunstone. Sunstone for the man, because the man is the sun. The man is the sun. The children are the stars, and the woman is the moon. So a moonstone, moonstones would help you activate that as well. Activate your power as well, and it also help you tap into your inner goddess. You know what I'm saying? The moonstone. That's a stone for women, for goddesses. They call it a goddess stone, but it's the moonstone, and it's kind of gray with a little bit of it's kind of like grayish, but it's like marbly looking, maybe. You know,
I think I know you're talking about. It's like a black, like blackish gray or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
but just look up a moonstone. Moonstone is a really good stone to have. You should maybe get you one wrapped or put you one on your altar as well.
Okay. What's the stone for the men?
The sunstone.
Sunstone. Yeah, I have one in there.
Mm-hmm.
I have a sunstone.
Because the man is connected. The black man is connected to the sun. The sun god. And that's who they worshipped in Kemet, was the sun god. That's what the winter solstice is for. They celebrate the rebirth of the sun. When the sun disappears in the northern hemisphere, that's where they get that crazy ass North Pole shit from, and Santa Claus being in the North Pole and all that shit. The North Pole, with the northern hemisphere, the sun disappears there, and it reappears between the 25th and the 26th, and the people of Kemet used to have a big celebration of the rebirth of the sun. That's where they get Christmas from, the sun god, and they say the son of God, but it's that's what it is. Winter solstice is where they came up with Christmas. But yeah, that's the sun. We worship the sun because they know the sun is the sun that can't nothing live on this planet live without it.
Life.
Right. The sun gives you life.
So the 4 crystals that activate the stardust are the smoky quartz. I have one right now. Actually,
that's right.
The sunstone, the moonstone, and the amethyst.
Powerful crystals. I wear a crystal with me every day. Right. A lot of people call it pseudo. It's not pseudo because in the ancient tombs, some people call it pseudo, man. In the ancient tombs of Kemet, there were stones in those tombs.
Right. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They meant something. Everything we did, it meant something. So if you think that it doesn't mean anything, also they got the European interpreted wrong, and they also put it in the Holy Bible about stones. And you have some Christians who talk about stones in that nature, but those are those who are incompetent and unlearned about their divinity and their lineage. Thank you, Shadow Crow, for that question.
Thank you, sister.
But yeah, it's crazy though, to be in the community, and I didn't know about the brown paper bag thing. It was just crazy. I was like, what? I heard about that thing because I'm always in the community. We always in the community. You know what I'm saying? We always amongst our people, and it's different shades of us. I'm not gonna lie. You know what I'm saying? All of us are different shades and things of that nature.
But you know what? Every people that have color are different shades, except for the European.
They go through that. They go through the colorism.
Puerto Ricans, they're different shades.
Mexicans,
Italians, Cubans, Dominicans,
all of them.
Except for Asians and Europeans.
Well, no, Asians too.
They have different.
They have darker skin tones because a lot of our black military men travel to those countries, and they have babies with those with the women over there, and then the children grow up and they're scrutinized because they're darker.
Well, don't they have 3% Neanderthal in their blood as well?
They are Mongoloids. I think that's what Asians were considered back in the day, Mongoloids. Am I correct?
I have no clue. I do not give out false.
We need to check. We need to look that up. I mean, they are, but what I'm saying is they get scrutinized because they mix race too. They have babies with black people. You know what I'm saying? And they have to grow up around that. They get scrutinized too.
But I do know there are darker Asians. I have heard stories of darker Asians being kept in the back, as well as there are dark Indian people as well. I have seen pictures of them like almost like black, like me and you. They just got the straight hair or whatever. There are dark Indians as well, but people gotta rise up. Gotta wake up, rise up, and we gotta get past it. No matter how much.
We gotta relearn, unlearn, and relearn.
It's another mental disease that we have to overcome because we got to stand in unity.
Yeah, we definitely got to overcome.
We can't get nothing divided. We can't get nothing like this.
Right.
So we get something like this.
Right.
And that's how they have us like this. You know what I mean?
Right.
That's the way they have us. So we got to get back to this, especially for our kids. Not even our kids, because I know our kids grown. At this point, it's our grandkids that got to grow up in this crazy world.
Right. It's crazy world, man. I let everybody know, learn the power of your melanin. I just saw a comment too in here. Shadow Crow said the brown paper bag is still being used amongst the Caribbean Council of Churches for choosing politicians.
Wow!
Shout out to Shadow Crow dropping it knowledge.
Yep.
She said,
and they use that terminology too, like just in general conversation. And you talking about a brother could be talking about a sister, and he'd be like, "Oh, her complexion, she a paper sack brown." You know what I'm saying? Instead of saying, "Yeah, she's a pretty black girl," or whatever you want to what other term could you use? But yeah, they say her complexion is, or his complexion is paper sack brown.
I wish I was darker, man. I wish I was darker than what I am.
Me too.
Get out of that. I'm proud of myself.
I love being in the sun. I love when I
love the skin I'm in, man. I love being black, melanated,
toasted up.
Proud,
you know
what I mean?
But we got to build ourselves up as a people and get away from the discrimination and us being, present.
But it's healing. It starts with healing.
Yeah.
It's a lot of healing needs to happen in our community. We don't love ourselves. A lot of our people don't love themselves, and they suffer a lot of trauma. You were talking about nature. You know what I'm saying? And that is the issue.
Shadow said you was right.
What?
The ages of Mongoloids.
I didn't know. So
they Mongoloids. That in the beginning, when you see like old artifacts and statues of Asians, they have like big mongoloid heads, and their eyes used to be really far apart from they've evolved into what they are now. But they used to look like kind of like they were always funny looking. Now if a child is born like that, they don't live long. With the mongoloid thing going on. But yeah, mongoloid, that's what they considered them, mongoloids.
Hey, knowledge is flowing around here, man. We got to keep it going. Revolt Discussion Radio.
Man, let's plug in our show October 29th before we got a few more minutes, man.
Got a few more minutes. Go on here, tell me about the show, Ken, man.
October the 29th, we got the brother Tahaka Bay He gonna be talking, speaking on financial literacy.
Mm-hmm.
And so the show is going to be at the Malinata Griot, on the West End, Atlanta.
Vendors, we need you.
Contact us. The show is going to be from 7 p.m. to 10 p.m. It's we have an Eventbrite link on Facebook. It's $15 on the Eventbrite link, $20 at the door. We got the brother Poetics hosting it. You know what I mean as well. We have the brother Obasi Kente. He's going to be speaking. We have the brother Sincere. We'll throw some dope poetry in there. You know what I mean? So come on through, man. Let's have a good time and talk about, let's get in tune with financial literacy. You know what I mean? You can hit me up at 470-798-8527, and you can see the post on Vocal Dialect and Vocal with a K on Instagram and Facebook.
Y'all come
Vendors,
on
if you're interested, contact me, Shelly. I'm in set 404-434-7963, or you can reach me at Shelly I'm in set on Facebook. You can inbox me, or you can reach me at sungoddess_sense on IG. You can inbox me.
Y'all come on out and check us out. It's going to be a real dope time, a real dope event. We got some dope poets going to be in the building. Go to Vocal Dialect, VOKAL Dialect, Instagram and Facebook. Get your tickets early. I'm telling everybody, get your tickets early because we're going to sell out. You know what I'm saying? And we got real dope food vendors coming in the building. We're not going to tell you about those. We're going to let it be a surprise. Got some real dope food vendors. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to say wraps. That's all I'm going to say. I ain't going to say what kind, what it is, what they look like. But we got to
Yeah.
It's going to be good. So,
food in there. We have the kale lady. The kale lady is already confirmed.
I said we're going to say no name, Shelly.
Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, okay.
All right, we got the kale lady.
I spoiled it.
Yeah, we're going to have the kale lady go be there. But yeah, y'all come on out, man. Come be with your people, man. Be around some good people with good energy who are unified together for the people. And we do believe in it being about us. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Definitely about us. If it's not us, it's us or nothing. That's what it comes down
always
to.
With us, it's always about the empowerment, the betterment, and the unity and the love for our people. You know what I'm saying? And we make it a point to empower our people. That's why we make the gear that we make. That's why we have the stuff we put on this shirt, and because we want our people to feel empowered. We want you to feel empowered.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Think black.
Think black.
All times. And that's why we say black power.
Black power.
We're speaking that into existence. Black power. Race.
I like that.
Right. Who cares about white supremacy when you got black supremacy? You know what I'm saying? And black supremacy is simply nation building with other black people. So when you hear somebody say white supremacy, oh, okay, I'm black supremacy over here. You know what I'm saying?
They're supposed to say white supremacy for them,
right? Because and that means nothing. And guess what? They can say that and they can do that. White power, white supremacy, whatever. That means they proud of who they are. And when we say that, that means we proud of who we are.
Period.
It's not no bashing of any other race. It's just I'm happy to be black and I'm proud of my race when I say that. It don't have nothing to do with nothing else. It's just me being proud about who I am and the skin I'm in.
Man, be proud of the skin that you in.
I say.
And know that you in your skin and you are satisfied with it, you're going to win.
Right. Word.
I went out. Okay, I came back. I wonder what happened.
It's time to go.
But yeah, definitely come on out. Yeah. Check out the show. At the Amanil Griot. It's gonna be a real dope show. On Tahaka Bay. It's the guest. Poetics is the host. And we're gonna have a good time. I'm really glad to be around these particular group of melanated people I'll be around at this particular time and space. And I know that it was very important for us to be in this particular destination. Go ahead, Ken.
And I forgot the Vengeance performed. How can I forget that? Mike Chamberlain, the brother Sandy Adi, and the brother Henri 360. They're gonna be in the building as well.
So it's gonna be a real packed event. We got a host, we got a guest, we got performers, we got poetry, we got good food, we got the culture, and we got the connection. You know what I'm saying? The culture, the connection.
We're gonna talk about financial literacy. That's something that we need in this community.
It's gonna be a high energy, packed with, loaded with information and knowledge that we will all need, and will, be able to, maybe use it in our everyday life. You know what I'm saying? Financial literacy, all of us need to know more about finance and how we can be better with our finances.
Power talk, raising our vibrations. That's the time.
That's it. And when you deal with financial literacy, that's something that us as a people never privy to, because even Ice Cube put it out there, that we as a people own less than 1% of the world's wealth, which is very bad, especially when everything comes from us. And I'm gonna say this, real quick. I know the show getting ready to end in a few minutes. Without Mother Africa, I'm gonna use that word Africa loosely because the real word for it's Kemet. Without Kemet, there is no Western world. Everything you got, coca, diamond, platinum, everything you got from Mother Africa, and much more. You got it from a place, from a people that is indigenous to that land, and you got it from a place and from a people where those things are naturally grown there. It naturally happens there. There are so many natural occurrences in Kemet, which other people call Africa.
Hey, Shadow Crow had one more question before we go. She said, were y'all able to check out Stone Mountain event and to see these Mystic Green event?
No, I did not get a chance to check it out, but I did hear that red pill was there, blue pill was there. My brother Raheem Shabazz went.
I was supposed to go too. We heard about it. We
didn't go to Stone Mountain, but I did go by the Mystic.
We know about the event, sister. We just didn't go. So shout out to blue pill, red pill, and shout out to the sisters to see these.
Shout out to all of them. Yeah, I went back to Sealy's, to hang out with Ribby. Shout out to Ribby of Ribby's Body Treat. She sits on the porch of Tassili's and she sells her products. But I went over there and just to hang out with her for a minute, and it was a lot of people there. I went yesterday.
Yeah, Mike Chambers had
he videotaped it.
A few events,
That's
Shout out to Mike Chambers.
What's up, brother? We gotta get amongst our people who doing it and who doing it right. We got to. It builds it up. It builds you up. We got to do it. You know what I'm saying? We got to do it. It's a must.
It's imperative.
Do for self. Know thyself. Think for self. Learn about your divinity and your lineage. Is very
and love
important.
on your people. Love on your people. We need to be loved on so we can start healing.
Don't give up on your people. The European love on their people when they rape, when they deceive, when they destruct. When they negative, they still accept them.
Right.
Yeah, let's build our black nation back.
Exactly.
Straight up.
All right, well, I guess that's it, man. This concludes another episode of Revolt Discussion Radio. I am Knowledge Born 7, and my partner is Chi-Town Akil, along with his great sidekick, Shelly. I'm a sad. Shout out to Knowledge Born Allah for Do the Knowledge Radio. Y'all make sure y'all check out Knowledge Born Allah and check out many other shows that he have as well.
Like, share, and subscribe, please.
Yes, like, share,
subscribe.
Like, share, subscribe. Shout out to Knowledge Born Allah for this platform, brother. We appreciate you. This is necessary. This is necessary. What you are doing, the platform you are providing for us to speak our truth and share knowledge and information is imperative, and we appreciate you. It's necessary that we do this.
Right. And for this particular program, the topic was colorism, the brown paper bag, being separate. So we got to be unified and do what we got to do. We got 30 more seconds. Check us out, Vocal Dialect. Check out Sun Goddess Sense. Check out Aesthetics Apparel. Check out KNS Apparel. Check us out. And come shop. Don't check us out and look. Check us out and shop.
Peace, mental son. Peace, brother. Peace, mental son. And tell your wife I said, what's up?
Artifacts Clothing.
Right. Artifacts Clothing. You
Artifacts.
better get you some.
Yeah, go buy from him too. Just go shop.
Yeah, Artifacts Clothing, dope. I'm getting them leggings now. Mental son, I'm gonna order those leggings.
Before we go, I would like to say Ihimotep, all praise due to our divinity and our lineage. Ankh Aju Seneb.
Peace and love.
Peace and black
Peace
power.
and love.